know, black people wear the Confederate flag stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, they also dress up in hoods and go out there and burn. But that's a different story.
Black people with hoods on.
Black people with
hoods. Hoodies or hoods on?
Hoods. White sheets.
White sheets. Oh, but, like in Django.
Django.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But he said, and the black man asked the white man the question, and the white man said something that was very interesting. I can't tell you how to feel.
Right.
So my question is how do you, as a black man, confront racism during a time where, as black men, we're told to shut up?
Nobody tells me to shut up.
No, I'm just saying.
I wish they would.
You know, as black men, we're told that, you know,
or somebody of the other to tell you
why you're so sensitive. I think that was, he said, why you gotta be so sensitive? It's just a joke. As a black man, how do you feel this has impacted you to say, hey, I want to correct these things?
Well, and I'm gonna say it like this: it depends on where you're at.
Okay.
What's going on in the conversation you're having. And I mean by the conversation you're having is, if it's one of those, say we're having a nice, calm, and collective, and you say, you know, the term comes up, regardless of what the term is the meaning term. You know, sometimes you can either ride the conversation out, pull the person aside and have a conversation about the term that was in their terminology about what's being said.
Right.
You know, or you can address it right there on the spot. You can be, let's say the word, you can be niggerish about it and be loud and say, hey, what did you mean about it? What did you mean by what you had said? Like, hold on, I want to make, why are we being sensitive? Because as if, for one, you didn't consider what you were saying. You put no thought into what you were saying prior to what you were saying. Well, prior to what you had said.
Right.
You know, no real thought. You know, yes, it's cool to be in a fun and joking environment, but like I said, certain things aren't taken as a joke when you say them a lot of times, regardless of what your intent and the ferocity in which you're saying it. If I say that right. And a lot of times that's what it is. It's like, okay, it depends on the situation. I mean, if it's one of them, it's one of them things like it's you bump into each other and he look back and hey boy, watch where you're going. By all means, hey, you address as you feel necessary as a black man.
Right.
But also keep in mind the things that could be at risk and how things could escalate in your favor or not in your favor. And so, like I said, for us, it's easy for us to say things, to say this, as opposed if it were to happen for the next moment or so and how we react, you know. But I always got to keep, for me, I try to, I catch myself a lot of times. I've caught myself plenty of times. When confronted in such a way where, it infuriates you, if it's something that calls for a certain action, by all means, react, but react correctly. And I've never seen there's a correct course of action to take in them situations. It's just, you don't know a lot of times. Like you say, sometimes you may want to stand down. Sometimes you just may want to say something. Sometimes you say, hey, well, okay, sir, excuse me, I'll just keep moving to the next, on to the next thing and let it roll off your back. It's up to you. It's up to the individual. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put it over there. It's up to the individual. Certain things I might let slide, some things I won't. Because sometimes if you just walk up to the individual and you correct them, which I've done before, I've been cool about it. And it never escalated. And sometimes it does take that. But at the same time, it may escalate beyond you trying to correct a person. Because they may say if I come up to them calm and collected, sir, well, excuse me, sir, whatever, I appreciate you don't use that kind of language. Or they use boy again. Okay, that's another thing. Where they say boy and they push me. Okay, that escalates everything. So, situational awareness.
Very elegant. I love that.
I know. See, my mother taught me right. I'm a terrible boy. You will say these words correctly. Boy, you will say these words in this manner.
They're very, very red table talk.
Red table talk. Go ahead, say what you want to say. Hey, go ahead, boy. Say what you want to say.
I'm on the side of if any man that don't look like you call you a boy, they are doing it in a racist tone because you don't call somebody a boy unless you was conditioned to think that you can call those types of people.
Even if it's your best friend, somebody
your best friend. Because if we're best friends, you know not to call me something, especially if we're in public. We have these conversations in the military alone. We're friends with people who are higher than us, and we're friends with people who are lower than us.
Right.
And when we're in public, there's a way you're supposed to act. Right. So if you violate that in public, that's how you was in the beginning. You always thought like that. So if I let you get away with it and don't smack your hand, you're going to keep doing it. A child will always push the boundaries until you show them discipline. I believe if you do not show any person that does not look at you, I had to catch myself, I almost use C word. Any person that don't look like you, if you don't slap their hands, they're going to continue to do it. Okay. And I don't like the fact that people do call people boy.
Yeah.
We are men. I am a man. What have I done for you to look at me and call me a boy? What have I don't care. Oh, it's just Southern thing. How about this? I'm not Southern. So do you hear me with a Southern twang? No, do not call me a boy. You call your daddy a boy. No, I don't call my daddy a boy. Okay, then. Why would you call me a boy? Do you allow your wife to call you a boy? Your wife go home and call you a boy? I'll be damned if my wife called me a boy. Ain't no boy in this. So why would I let you? More importantly, I have to look at it from a standpoint of if I don't stand up, how can I gain the respect of my family if I don't say something? Which is what has happened in the past because black men have been told to, you gotta let go because you gotta live. And
and I'm not saying let go. Like I said, I gotta tell you, situational awareness. Always be aware of what's going on around you.
And that's the problem. No, what you're saying is correct. Right. And you are saying that correct.
Because like you said, if my kids, wife, girlfriend, whoever was there and wait a minute, hold up. We gonna have this conversation real quick. And it may not be a conversation, but it's gonna be some dialogue, and it may not be in their favor.
But you're right. But see, the thing that you said, which is why I say it's a disadvantage for us, is because if I say something,
it's gonna be taken no matter what. It's gonna be hostile regardless. That was gonna be my next point. It's gonna be hostile regardless, whether I say it politely or not, because it's gonna be looked at. Oh, okay, you have an attitude. Boy, you have an attitude. Guess what this boy about to do? He's about to see an attitude.
I'm just kidding. Why you gotta be so sensitive?
You're gonna really be sensitive once I lay these hands on you.
Exactly. and then all of a sudden, no, you can't joke around him. Well, what was a joke about calling me out my name? My mother named me a name. She gave me a name. My name is my purpose. My purpose is what I live for. If you deny me that, then you are denying me the right to be a human in this world. When you remove a name, which is what they did in slavery, they removed your identity. Boy is everything. Boy is anything in this room. No grown man should ever call another grown man boy. And when you see that, and what makes me mad is the fact that you have a section of the African American population that has allowed that to happen to save face.
Too often.
Yes.
So we turn the other cheek too many times.
Just like if you allow a white person to use the word nigga, and they use that word.
You say this N-word. You ain't got to try to,
I like the way I did it. It was like the N-word. And they be like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm down with y'all. Okay, so when the cops come and they beating me, they're going to beat you? Oh, that's what I thought. When you smoke meth and mess up your teeth and your face, and we both go to the job, you're going to get the job regardless, even though you're a meth head, because you have that extra skin complexion that I don't have. So we don't have the same anything. So you don't deserve to use that word. Okay. So you don't deserve to call me anything because you don't understand the plight of it. You don't understand what we went through. And I think that's where I have the issue at. And I thought the way that Caucasian man answered it was beautiful. Yeah. And it was definitely. And I wish more people would really take a look at that. I want to turn to something else too, because it's not just the lighter side I have a problem with. I have a problem with the darker side too.
We need to go out and get in the sun a little bit more. This came natural, homie.
No. I'm not talking. Not all color folks or can folks.
Okay.
So
true.
We got that situation in Haiti or in America.
Right.
How did they get here? Nobody asked that question yet. How did they get to where they went to get to America? How did that happen? How do they cross oceans without the Coast Guard seeing them? I ain't even gonna go through all of that. I'm not even gonna go through that.
Right.
Tariq Nasheed made a comment, and I like his comment. I'm not a big fan of his because he's weird too. But his comment is that you're on your home. Why should we come to your aid? I'm on his side, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Wait a minute, he said, and
Talking about the Haitian community, you're on your own. Why should we give y'all money?
Right.
Where were they at? When we fighting for our rights, where the Haitian community at? Where's the Jamaican community at?
I don't know. That's a question.
No, I'm asking these questions because but they benefit from it because they look like us. Right. But when we're marching and stuff, they're not marching. When we're out there fighting, they're not fighting. And this is what makes me mad. Black Lives Matter jumped on that bandwagon. These people won't even jump on the bandwagon to protect us from other black people who are killing us, but they jumped on the Haitian bandwagon. How?
I don't know. But those are two different.
I know, but let's get back. As black people, why do we feel the need that we have to go to everybody else's aid when they give us their nose up? Let's remember, Haiti was a free republic. Did they come fight America for us? Did they invite us to come back to them? Did they offer us a ticket to say, hey, free, you come to us, freedom? Where were they at? I feel the same way with a lot of African countries. Where were they at? But we building wells in their country. Right. We feeding them, but where were they at? Did they come back to America with their boats and stuff?
You know what we'll do? We'll call somebody in them places and we'll find out exactly what happened.
Okay, I'm fair.
I believe, somebody was telling me, I brought up some time ago, there was actually a couple of countries in Africa that did apologize and said, hey,
But they want our dollars now. We're a success story.
Well, that's just what it is. It's a sex story.
And that's my issue.
But, I mean, the thing is, it goes back to what we talked about, is how people identify themselves as a whole. I mean, you got to think about it. Some people don't identify as African American. Some people identify themselves as Caribbean, however it's said, before they actually identified them. Remember, we had this conversation years ago, how they identified them. They defined themselves as Jamaican before they actually define themselves as black.
Oh yeah, they make sure to call us lazy.
But like I said, we would identify with them more before they would identify with us.
And that's my issue with us as black people.
And I think that's where the whole Black Lives Matter comes in. Okay, because they have the same pigment, hue, whatever color of skin as us. Oh, we have to back them. And I think that's where that comes in.
Okay,
now,
that's fair.
My thing, do I agree with it? I'm not with bandwagon. Now, my thing is, it goes both ways. Like you said, at one point, Haiti centuries was a free republic because they did free themselves. Matter of fact, they're the ones that started the whole thing in Latin America. For it to be a rebellion. So, like you said, once they were free, hey, black people, black people or Africans, how you define yourselves in America, whenever you can get away here, you're welcome here. You're right. Now, Liberia at one point was doing that.
I remember that.
Okay.
And like I said, there's been places.
And I think somebody was telling me, conversation, that maybe another country was actually offering land to Black Americans or African Americans, however we identify themselves, Black indigenous people of this land.
I know. Right?
So, yeah.
Doing everything.
But so I'm not sure why. Maybe get somebody of the heritage or of that line to identify with us to kind of give us a better idea why they identify themselves as such. And would they feel left out? How would they feel if we were to sit there and not identify, look them in the same way as they look at us? We don't know. That's something we could.
All right, and we're going to get in depth, and I do want to talk to somebody and I don't want to just talk to someone that's going to agree and be like, no, we do it. No, I want to talk to someone that really is like, well, this is why, because my issue is that as black people, we're like Superman. We got to go save everyone. But every time we go save someone, guess what happens? They don't have our back. We go save a white woman that gets missing, and then that white woman don't have our back. Me Too movement. That black woman who started, she went to go save all them Hollywood. Guess what they did? They took it from her. When a white man gets caught up in a sexual scandal, they get a black man to come out there and say, hey, no, he don't molest these kids. Yeah, I mean, but where were they white men at when Bill Cosby went down? Let's keep it real. We always saving in Haiti. Oh, yeah, we're having it bad here in Haiti.
Right.
Oh, but where was y'all at when we was fighting for our rights, getting stoned and everything else? Big rock being hit upside the head of Martin Luther King.
Right.
Africa. Hey, we need wells built. How many black churches have donated money to build wells? But that's not enough of that. I like to say thank you to thank you to 2xposu family, Daryl and Ray, everybody that's on the network. You got anything you want to say?
Check us out, man. Check us out.
Yes, we're rebranding everything, so you're going to see a lot more content, a lot more things coming out. So be patient with us, and we guarantee you by December 31st of 2021, you will have a whole new outlook of how vintage
this
media.
This set's gonna look different.
Yes,
you know,
we're gonna get money and have white girls around us like every black person. We're gonna sell out. I'm Mike Taylor. This is William Coleman, and we're out.